Hi dear students, if you are preparing for SET or NET examination, then this video is for you, because in this video we are going to have a test of multiple choice questions. I picked these questions from previous question paper of state eligibility test or state level eligibility test, and this will be very helpful for you. Just take a pen and paper and write down question number 1, and before question number 1 mark your answer. First I will read the question, then I will read all the options, and immediately I will give you the answer, the correct answer. So just try to understand and try to solve these MCQs. I have included 35 MCQs here in this first part. Actually there are two parts because we have a question paper including 70 MCQs, and in this part we have 35 MCQs. So let's start. Question paper I picked from February 2013, and this is the part first. Very first question: who was Sycorax? And options are A, the mother of Caliban; B, a witch in Macbeth; C, the maid in the Winter's Tale; and D, the wife of Cassius. And the correct option is A, the mother of Caliban. Question number 2, Troilus and Cressida was half translated or half adopted from. Options are A, Il Philostrato; B, Decameron; C, Divine Commedia; and D, La Vita Nuova. Please mark your answer, and the correct answer is A, Il Philostrato. Now dear students, it is very important to note down the answers. If you want to appear for this examination, this will be a practice for you. First just write down the question number, for example 1, 2, 3, 4, and when I read the question and its options, then you can write down the answer or the option A, B, C or D, and then immediately after this all questions are cleared, you can calculate your score out of 35, how many marks you get. So next question. Question number 3, there is no fool in the following play of Shakespeare. Options are A, Macbeth; B, Othello; C, King Lear; and D, Antony and Cleopatra. And the correct answer is option A, Macbeth. Question number 4, who among the following does not form a part of the University Wits? Options are A, John Lilly; B, Thomas Kidd; C, Christopher Marlowe; and D, David Green. And the correct option is D, David Green. Question number 5, identify the poet who wrote the lines "Sweet Thames, run softly till I end my song." Options are A, Edmund Spenser; B, Philip Sidney; C, Samuel Daniel; and D, George Chapman. And the correct option is A, Edmund Spenser. Question number 6, Ralph Roister Doister is considered to be the first regular English A, comedy; B, tragedy; C, novel; and D, epic. And the correct option is A, comedy. Number 7, Milton, Samson, Agonistes is A or an. Options are A, romantic hero; B, tragic hero; C, comic hero; and D, anti-hero. Please mark your answer, and the correct option is B, tragic hero. Number 8, Francis Bacon's style can be described as A, aphoristic; B, discursive; C, picturesque; and D, bare. And the correct option is A, aphoristic. Question number 9, Saturn is a grand figure in Milton's Paradise Lost. Options are A, book 1st; B, book 3rd and 4th; C, book 9th; and D, book 10th, 11th and 12th. And the correct option is B, book 3rd and 4th. Number 10, comedy of humors was best developed in A, the plays of Shakespeare; B, the plays of Sheridan; C, the plays of Ben Jonson; and D, the plays of Moliere. And the correct option is C, the plays of Ben Jonson. Question number 11, avoiding extravagance and emotionalism was characteristic of the age of. Option A, Chaucer; B, Shakespeare; C, Milton; and D, Dryden. And the correct option is D. Dryden. Question number 12. In the essay on criticism, Alexander Pope deals with A. The merits and limitations of the 18th century poetry, B. The merits and limitations of 18th century criticism, C. The merits and limitations of 18th century drama, and D. The merits and limitations of 18th century prose. What is the correct option? And the correct option is A. The merits and limitations of the 18th century poetry, not criticism, not drama, and not prose. Question number 13. The play Good-Natured Man is A comedy of humors, B. comedy of manners, C. a sentimental comedy, and D. an anti-sentimental comedy. And the correct option is a comedy of humors. Question number 14. John Bunyan's The Pilgrims does not deal with, options are A. man's struggle with sin, B. life as a journey, C. the reality of his time, and D. development in England. And the correct option is D. development in England. Question number 15. Which chronological order of Wycherley's plays is correct? A. Love in a Wood, The Gentleman Dancing Master, The Country Wife, The Plain Dealer. B. Love in a Wood, The Country Wife, The Plain Dealer, The Gentleman Dancing Master. C. Love in a Wood, The Plain Dealer, The Country Wife, The Gentleman Dancing Master, and D. The Plain Dealer, Love in a Wood, The Country Wife, The Gentleman Dancing Master. So I know this is a difficult question, but if you go through the history very minutely, or if you study history very carefully, you will answer these type of questions too. We have made so many videos on the history of English literature. Just you can find out the playlist called History of English Literature and you will find so many videos. Watch those videos carefully and answer these type of questions. And the correct answer of this question is A. The serial is Love in a Wood, then The Gentleman Dancing Master, then The Country Wife, and the last The Plain Dealer. Question number 16. Which romantic poet skillfully blends medieval life with commonplace everyday life of his days? A. William Blake, B. William Wordsworth, C. John Keats, and D. S.T. Coleridge. And the correct option is B. William Wordsworth. Question number 17. The genius of Charles Lamb as an essayist lies in his power of dash. A. Satirizing the society, B. describing the beauty of nature, C. philosophizing the ideas, and D. visualizing memories. And the correct option is D. visualizing memories. Number 18. In which poem of Keats Milton's influence is quite visible? A. Hyperion, B. Endymion, C. Lamia, and D. Isabella. And the correct option is A. Hyperion. Number 19. Identify the poet who was concerned with spots of time. A. Coleridge, B. Walter Scott, C. Wordsworth, and D. Robert Southey. And the correct option is C. Wordsworth. Question number 20. Who named the school metaphysical poets to John Donne's contemporary poets? And the options are A. Philip Sidney, B. John Dryden, C. Dr. Johnson, and D. Matthew Arnold. And the correct option is B. John Dryden. 21. Which novel of Jane Austen was published after her death? A. Mansfield Park, B. Persuasion, C. Lady Susan, and D. Emma. And the correct option is B. Persuasion. 22. Hardy's first published novel is A. The Return of the Native, B. The Mayor of Casterbridge, C. Desperate Remedies, and D. The Trumpet Major. And the correct option is C. Desperate Remedies. 23. Richardson's works appeared in the following order: A. Pamela, then Clarissa, then the Sir Charles Grandison, B. Pamela, Sir Charles Grandison, Clarissa, C. Clarissa, Sir Charles Grandison, Pamela, and D. Clarissa, Pamela, Sir Charles Grandison. And the correct option is A. Pamela, then Clarissa, and then Sir Charles Grandison. 24. Which of the following characters does not appear in Tristram Shandy? A. Corporal Bream, B. Dr. Slop, C. Uncle Toby, and D. Narcissa. And the correct option is D. Narcissa. 25. The Jacobite rising of 1745 is dealt with by Walter Scott in A. Antiquary, B. Guy Mannering, C. Waverley, and D. Rob Roy. And the correct option is C. Waverley. 26. Which of the following literary text was not written by James Joyce? A. A portrait of the artist as a young man, B. Ulysses, C. Finegan's Wake, and D. The Island. And the correct option is Finegan's Wake. 27. From among the following modern writers, identify the writer who used myths extensively in his writing. A. T.S. Eliot, B. W.B. Yeats, C. Ezra Pound, and D. W.H. Auden. And the correct option is B. W.B. Yeats. 28. Which of the non-fictional work of Virginia Woolf? A. To the Lighthouse, B. Mrs. Dalloway, C. Modern Fiction, and D. Mr. Bennet and Mrs. Brown. And the correct option is C. Modern Fiction. 29. J.M. Synge's Riders to the Sea has act or acts A. 1, B. 2, C. 3, and D. 5. And the correct option is A. It is one act play, Riders to the Sea. 30. Identify D.H. Lawrence's novel which is not set in a Colliery background. A. Sunshine Lovers, B. The Rainbow, C. Women in Love, and D. The Plumed Serpent. And the correct option is B. The Rainbow. 31. The birthday party does not deal with A. Birth trauma, B. Oedipus complex, C. Betrayal and punishment, and D. Religious conflict. And the correct option is B. Oedipus complex. 32. Animal imagery pervades in the poems of A. Ted Hughes, B. Sylvia Plath, C. Philip Larkin, and D. Seamus Heaney. And the correct option is A. Ted Hughes. 33. Waiting for Godot includes two boys, B. One boy, C. Two boys out of whom one denies the existence of the other, D. One boy according to the list of characters but two boys according to Estragon, and one boy according to Vladimir. And the correct option is C. Two boys out of whom one denies the existence of the other. 34. In Lucky Jim Kingsley Amis narrates A. The prosperity of Jim, B. The successful life of Jim, C. The advantages of the life at universities, and D. The sardonic picture of life in a university. And the correct option is D. The sardonic picture of life in a university. And the last question is John Osborne in Deja Vu revisits the central characters in A. Look Back in Anger, B. Inadmissible Evidence, C. A subject of scandal and concern, and D. A Patriot for Me. And the correct option is A. Look Back in Anger. So dear students, these are all 35 questions. I hope you solved all these questions. Now you can calculate your score and comment below in the comment section. I will make the next part very soon. So stay tuned and watch Literature Simply. There are many videos on history of English literature and literary terms, and there is a lot of material. You can go and find this material on our channel. So please like this video, share this video among your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you very much.